Hi there. I've got some new tech I want to share with you today, and it's got something to do with that sound in the background. So here it is, the new hotness, my brand new Black & Decker lithium 60 volt max lawnmower. I just got this in this week, got shipped in, and I just got done doing my first mowing on it. So I've got one experience with this thing. So let me walk you through some of the features of it. It's mostly plastic, as you can probably tell. It's really light. It's like 42 pounds, thereabouts. So it doesn't, it's really easy to push on grass. It's much lighter than a normal lawnmower. It probably, I'm going to guess my gas powered one was probably pushing 70, 75. And this thing being 40 is very easy to pick up. You can see we've got a nice, if you need to pick it up, you got a nice handle here. You got a nice actually handle here. Under here they've got a grip for you. So it's really easy to pick up and carry. I actually brought it in from the house over there, and I was just going to set it down on this little walkway and ended up walking it straight out here to the driveway, and it worked really nicely. So in here is kind of the main guts. This is the batteries for it. You got two batteries. Whoops. You got battery 1, battery 2. They are 60 watts here, and you can see, and they have their own little indicators to tell you the battery life. That's got about 1, I think, yeah, that's 1. And that's what they were both at when I got it here. And they took about 4 hours to charge. Now back here you've got a little rocker switch here that's under plastic so it won't get stuff in it. And you've got your power indicators here, how much of a charge you have. You've got your light here that tells you how this rocker switch is pointed to it. Is it pointing at battery 1? Is it pointing at battery 2? Now if I put in the safety key, you will see that it will light up, and it will show you I'm pointing to 2. 2's got pretty much full charge, and 1 is got 1 light, which is a little surprising to me. But I got to read up on. Of course, I've only read the instruction manual just enough to figure out how to put it together. And the way this works has been interesting, because when I first started mowing, 3 on 1, it showed 3 lights very briefly, and then very quickly the first light went out and I had 2. And then as I'm mowing, you know, it worked its way down, and finally it got to the point where I had 0 lights for battery 1. And it ran for a good long time after that. It wasn't until I literally had about 2 or 3 strips of grass left to go in our not too huge back lawn. When it finally died on battery 1, I had to switch it to battery 2. So almost did the whole darn thing on battery 1. So that worked out pretty well. I'm very happy about that. As you can see, I've got the bagger attachment on. It comes with a bagger attachment. It also has a little filler for back in there, so that if you don't want to mulch it, you can. Over here, you got the cover over the side discharge. Obviously, you leave it closed like this if you were going to do either mulching or bagging, but it does have a chute that can attach there if you do want to do side discharge. So you can do it any of 3 ways for that. The wheels are kind of nice, because if you look down, here is the path of the blade right here, and here's the wheel. So the wheels aren't protruding out from beyond the path of the blade, so you can get right up close to something and get much closer than you can with a traditional lawnmower that might have the wheel offset out here more. So that's a nice little feature. The wheels do not require any lubrication. They have plastic bearings, so there's very little has to be done there. And then we got a nice adjustment for the handle here. You can see there's like a little gear system here that kind of holds it in place and keeps it from moving. And then we've got these little guys. There's one down here, there's one here, and this is a nice little innovation. This is how you keep the handle steady, and normally you just have like a little twist nut here and you tighten it as much as you can. In this case, you've got a nut right here that is, it's pretty much as hard as it can go. But if I want to move this, all I need to do is release the tension on this little jobby, and now this is loose. I can move it. And if I did it to that one as well, then I could fold this up very easily. And likewise, I could undo those and fold those up. And then when you got it where you want it to be and ready to be done, you just push it like that, and that makes this tight. That makes it tight so it can't move, increases the tension. Very good. It does have the safety key. And this is just so that you can take it out, you can store it someplace else and prevent kids or whatever from doing it. It just plugs right in there, maybe. Right there, like that. That will cause the lights to light up. You've got, and then starting it is a 2-point system here, as it says on that. Number one, you press this down here, and you have to hold it. It's kind of a two-handed operation, which I think is what they intend. So you hold the button down with one finger, and then you come back here and you pull the breaker bar, or I forgot what they call it, but you pull this bar back, and that's your emergency thing. And then you can let up on that button, and it starts. And it will keep running until you release the breaker bar. And once you release the bar, then, or maybe just brake bar. Once you release the bar, then the engine stops just like it would with a normal gasoline-powered mower. The other feature that I wanted to point out that is really awesome, I think a lot of the gas ones have this as well, is this feature right here. This guy right here is your height adjustment. There are 7 different settings here that you can have it on. I have it on 5, and it's nice because you can adjust the height of the entire, all 4 wheels at once with this little knob without having to do each one individually, which is what my old 20-year-old mower had to do. I had to deal with that on each mower, on each wheel, but I love this. This is really nice. Right here you may have noticed it says power swap. I'm getting some glare, but that says power swap right there. And what that means is that it is supposed to, if you have higher grass, it is supposed to give you a little bit more speed so that it will, it will cut a little bit better. Otherwise, it goes down to a lower speed that's gonna cut the battery. I just got done cutting this yard. I'm very happy with how it looks. It wasn't very high at all, an inch or 2 maybe, so it wasn't like it was really thick grass. There were a couple spots where it was a little damp, either due to dew or my neighbor's sprinkler, but all in all, it was a really nice experience. I'm looking forward to using it again. I did tape a short clip of me actually using the mower to get a sense of how easy it is to push, and more to the point how much noise there is on it. So I will insert that here. So that's the Black & Decker 60-watt lithium battery-powered mower. I like it a lot thus far. It comes with the 2 batteries and 1 charger that will only charge 1 battery at a time, which is a bit of an understatement maybe, or maybe it would have been nice to have 2, but at the same time I'm only going to charge battery 1 today because I hardly use battery 2 at all. My yard is officially 0.22 acres, and this thing is rated for 1/4 acre and less, and actually the actual mowing capacity was less because out of that 0.22 acres we have the house and driveway and other landscaping features, so not all of that is grass. So probably if you had a true 1/4 acre yard, this would pretty much do it on the 2 batteries. But it's nice. You can get them on Amazon. They run about, I think, $350 if I remember correctly. I got an employee sale, so I did not pay quite that much, but most people will have to get it there. I think it's a nice little mower, and I'm looking forward to using it again. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I'll be back with more tech later, and until then, be seeing you.